Silabificación. This video talks about how to break words and sentences up into syllables in Spanish. So first of all, it's important to know that the most common pattern of syllables in Spanish is consonant-vowel. Consonant-vowel. So you can see this in a lot of words. For example, casa. So you have the consonant and then the vowel ca, consonant vowel sa. Casa. Vaso. Vaso. Mesa. Mesa. Cámara. 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 So in all of those words, there's a pattern of consonant-vowel because that's the most common form of syllable in Spanish. So what do you do when you have consonants together? Okay, so we're going to look at some words that have consonants in them together. Like, for example, the word árbol. You're going to ask yourself, can I start a word with these consonants? So, for example, in árbol, you have an R and a B. There's no words in Spanish that start with an R and a B, so you're going to have to make those into two separate syllables. So you're going to have árbol, árbol. Let's look at another example. Hembra, hembra. You're going to ask yourself, are there any words in Spanish that start with an M and a B? No, there aren't. So you're going to have to put those two consonants in separate syllables. So hembra, hembra, hembra. But you notice that the B and the R are in the same syllable. And this is because you can have words in Spanish that start with a BR. Like, for example, brincar. So that's why the B and the R are in the same syllable. Transporte. Transporte. This one's a little trickier. You're going to break this up. Transporte. In Spanish, you can't have any word start with an S and another consonant. So in English, we have words that say like sta, spa, ska. In Spanish, you don't have consonant clusters that start with S at the beginning of a word. So you're going to have to break this up. Trans is one syllable. Por, and then te. And the por te are two different syllables because you can't start a word with RT in Spanish. However, let's look at some words where you break the consonants up a little differently. Atrás. Atrás. You're going to break this up atrás because you can start words in Spanish with TR. Conflicto. 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 As you can see, the F and the L are in one syllable because you can start a word in Spanish with FL. However, the C and the T are in different syllables because you can't start a word with CT. Duplicar. 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 As you notice, the P and the L are together because you can start words with PL in Spanish. It's important to note that ch and the double L, j, work like one letter. So when you have a word like ancho, ancho, that CH works like one letter. So you're going to have that in a syllable. Calle. Calle. Let's talk about vocales nucleares, and this just means that a vowel can stand in a syllable by itself. So when you have two vocales nucleares together, you're going to separate them. So for example, in the word calle, calle, the A and the E have to be in two separate syllables because they are vocales nucleares. Ahora, ahora. As you notice, all of the vowels in that word are vocales nucleares. So you have to put them in the separate syllables. So you have a, o, ra. The H is silent, so it just goes with the next vowel. So a, o, ra. Aldea, aldea. Tuteo, tuteo. I and U can also be vocales nucleares, but they have to have a tilde over them. They have to be accentuated. So for example, you can say río, río, púa, púa, and those two vowels are in separate syllables. País, país. Prohíbe, prohíbe. You can also have something called diphthongs or diptongos. This happens when an I or a U that aren't accentuated, so they don't have a tilde over them, pair up with another vowel. So when an I or a U pairs up with another vowel, it's going to make a diptongo, which means that both of those vowels are going to be in the same syllable. So for example, you have the word cuidado, cuidado. The U and the I form a diptongo, cuidado, so they're in the same syllable. Aire, aire, aire. Ciudad, 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 ciudad. Europeo, europeo. So that E and that U are in the same syllable because they form a diptongo. Europeo. Miedo, miedo, miedo. Auditorio, auditorio. You can note that the A and the U form a diptongo as well as the I-O at the end of the word. Silabificación. This just means breaking sentences up into syllables. So the rules that we described before will apply to this. So let's look at a sentence. ¿Quién malanda, malacaba? ¿Quién malanda, malacaba? Saying that slowly. ¿Quién malanda, malacaba? So you notice that the L from mal pairs with the first A from anda to form that pattern of consonant vowel. So breaking this up into syllables, it would look like this. ¿Quién malanda, malacaba? Let's look at another example. Abril y mayo componen el año. Abril y mayo componen el año. Okay, so you know, like in the previous example, some of the consonants at the end of words pair with vowels after the word. So abril y mayo componen el año. So broken up into syllables, it would look like this. Okay. So I hope that you guys understand syllabificación and resilabificación better after watching this video.